Today we're checking out the new 72mm comp pin tires from Injora. This is the third iteration of the comp pin tires in the smaller scale, and it's the biggest one yet. The diameter of the tire is bigger, but it also fits a bigger wheel. These go on a 1.3 inch wheel, so a step up from the 1.0 comp pins that we've seen in the smaller scales. We're going to take a close look at the tires, check out the compound, we'll do some size comparisons, and then we're going to put them on a rig and test them out on the indoor course, and we're going to hit the rocks with them. The goal is to find out, is bigger better? Let's check them out and find out. Let's take a look at the new comp pin tires. I'm doing this a little bit backwards today. I've already had these out and been running them on the truck. I've got them on the Injora tarantula build. As you can see, they fit and look fantastic on here, but we'll get into that in a minute. The tires themselves, these are big. They've got a big footprint. Unlike previous versions of the comp pins, these are a fat tire. They're kind of like a hybrid between the 55mm and the 64mm. I think these are 65 actually. As you can see, the 65s are tall, skinny, squared profile. 55s are more of a fat tire, still have that kind of square edge. These ones here have a wider, rounder footprint to them. The pins themselves are also tightly packed together here. Compound feels excellent. It's Injora's super sticky compound here. These are very sticky, and they've been run a substantial amount of time. Still very, very sticky. The insert in here is on the softer side. You get it inside the tire. Surprisingly sturdy, more so than I was expecting. As soft as they feel, I was expecting a little more sidewall flex, but pleasantly surprised that you don't get a ton with these tires. Size on these is a 72 by 24. It's a big tire. This is going to fit a 1.3 inch wheel. You're not limited to Injora's wheel. Any 1.3 inch wheel should fit these, and the market is expanding in this size, so you should have a decent amount of wheels to choose from at this point. They are a big tire though, like I said, so you're going to need something that has open fenders, severely cut fenders, or open buggy style chassis like this, something that's got the room to clear these big tires. You know, these competition style buggies, rigs like this, are going to be a perfect truck to capitalize on these tires. Let's do some size comparisons. So what came off of my other 1.3 inch wheels are the Swamp Claws. So if we look at them against the Swamp Claws here, they're very similar in size to the Swamp Claw. I think the Swamp Claw is a little bit wider. Yes, it is. The Swamp Claw is a 27mm wide tire, so that is evident when you look at these things. You can see the Swamp Claw is slightly wider. If we compare them to the comp pins that we took off of the Tarantula, which is running the DJ Crawler comp pin tires on it, very different style of tires here. So the DJ Crawlers, this is also a 72mm pin style tire, much more aggressive, gnarly looking tread design on these tires. They look bigger as well than the new Injora comp pins, although the DJ Crawlers do have the dual stage foam, which kind of blows out the tire a little bit more. The DJ Crawlers are a 27mm wide tire, so again, similar to the Swamp Claws, they're going to be slightly wider than the new comp pins from Injora, although you wouldn't know it by looking at them on the wheel. If we look at them against a 64mm tire, this kind of gives you the scope of how big these tires are. This is the Injora Rock Terrain tire, a big tire by all accounts in the mini size. Looks small compared to the new comp pin. And just for the heck of it, let's put up against a stock TRX4M High Trail. Now this is the bigger tire that comes on the high trails, so bigger than what you would normally see. Still look very, very small compared to these comp pins. So like I said, you're definitely going to need a pretty built rig to clear these monsters. I'm going to get this last tire mounted up on the wheel, and then we're going to take a look at how they are on the build, and then we're going to hit the course. So I'm going to get this mounted up, and then we'll see how they look on the truck. Okay, here they are on the build. I think these things have a great, great look on the Injora Tarantula. They're big, beefy tires, but they don't overwhelm it. I feel like the DJ Crawler tires were so aggressive and so gnarly that they kind of overtook the whole truck. These Injora comp pins really, really look nice on this chassis. I like the feel of these tires, especially mounted up. I really like how the industry's going with these larger wheels, because then you can put these bigger tires on here and you don't get as much sidewall flex, because with the bigger wheel there just isn't as much sidewall. So you're able to run a really tall tire like this and not get a huge amount of fold over on the sidewalls. I am running hex extensions on these, so I've got Injora axles on here, but they're the stock length. So I've got Mias Racing hex extensions on here to bump it out. I think they're a 6mm per side. I needed some width to get these things away from the chassis. You can see even now they're still rubbing a substantial amount there, but it doesn't feel like I'm catching a whole lot. But they look fantastic. I really dig how they look. So why don't we get them on the course and see if it performs as good as it looks. Okay, here we are on the course. I'm excited for this. I love this build, and I'm really pumped to see how these tires do. I've got high hopes for these things. Yeah, they look great with those big black wheels from Injora. Great combo here. A little bit of binding there, had to let off the steering. Doing okay though. Big tires giving us the height to get over those jagged sections on the Ma Bell section of the course there. Let's try a gnarly line up the canyon here. Tons of grip up the canyon, no problem at all. Could have done that more aggressive, but I was feathering it. Good off-camber section here. Watch the tires. Not a lot of roll at all. A little bit in that back one. Not much in the front at all. Dropping down into mini Moab now. Quick work of the gatekeeper up the escalator there. Not escaping the understeer that plagues pretty much every rig there. Still sticking pretty good though. Let's try some side hill. Again, with these stock foams, very, very little tire fold, if any, on this truck. The Tarantula weighs about 665 grams. Not a light truck by any means. Those tires holding their shape really well. Let's try Hell's Gate. Sticking like glue up Hell's Gate. So these tires definitely performing exceptionally well on the styrofoam on the indoor course. I had a feeling that they would, just because of the tread design. Look at this. Holy cow, that's a super gnarly line. Yeah, I'm impressed. See if I can do that from a different angle. There's only one or two other builds that can do this consistently. Oh, there we go. If I get the grip. So gnarly. And 2 in a row. All right, I'm stoked on the big pins. That was a extraordinarily gnarly line. I hope that translates on camera. I don't know if it does it justice, but that was mighty impressive. The Tarantula's never been able to do that line, and just did it twice back to back. So extremely pleased with how these are performing on the indoor course. They have exceeded my expectations by far. Take one more spin up here, and then we're gonna go hit the rocks. Very nice. Right out here with the new comp pins. First time ever running these on dirt. We'll see how they do. They're still picking up everything. Imagine they got to clean off, break in a little bit, but let's give them a shot. Slipping, sliding here. Oh, able to recover. Ah, thought at it. Struggling on these rocks. Not only is it slippery and challenging, but it's covered in dirt. So it's really, really slippery here. Had to do the hand of God there. Wasn't going to come up that slippery section. Try it again. Different line. This is a gnarly section for the little guys. Let's see how this thing does. It's busy here at Crawler Heaven today. There's lots of people, dirt bikes, crawlers. Oh, there we go. Look at that line. Nice job there. Nice, made it. Can head into Bicycle Bridge here, see how it does on these big gaps. Again, the tall profile of these getting us up and over here, even though it's got the straight axles on it, they're doing a good job letting us float over these obstacles. I like these tires, they're not as narrow as the normal comp pins. Give it more of a larger footprint. And I think they're gripping better as a result. Nice. So I feel like the tires are starting to wear in now. They're gripping really good, even on these slippery, sandy covered rocks. Doing really good through those sections there.
Get to 2 tires on it. I can't get my whole set.
I'm being chased by the monster over here.
I can't get 2 tires on.
Nice job there. Foams out of the package on these felt really, really soft, but I'm not having any issues with a lot of sidewall flex. They seem to hold their shape really well. Good side hill there. Come another section here. Try it out. Oh, that was an axle breaker. Still managed to do it. Oh, I can't believe I got out of that. Keeping me planted on that side hill for sure. Really nice. Coming through the loose stuff here, the tread seems to fill up pretty easily with sand and loose dirt, but clears out pretty well also. You can see the tires are already shedding that dirt out of there. That is one thing I'm noticing with these tires, that they're so big and soft, they're falling in holes and getting stuck. Thankfully my axles are holding up, but I've had some close calls. There we go. Nope, in that hole back there. So you're going up the slide here. Doing really good in these conditions. I like these tires a lot. I think they look fantastic on the Tarantula too. Oh man. making it through that. That was gnarly. Last section of the slide here. To use a real heavy hand on the throttle to get through that section, but it made it. Very impressive. Alright guys, hit a couple more lines. Having a lot of fun with this build. Tires work great on this truck. Nice. These work really good in these conditions with these, dry, smooth rock. Hooking up really good. Sticking in virtually all conditions, side hill, vertical, decline, working really good on the build. I'm really happy with how these things are functioning. Oh, it's so impressive. Nice, man. The more I drive it, the better it's getting. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm gonna wrap it up though. I'm gonna hang out with my little guy here, get the big trucks out. We're gonna have some fun. But another great tire option for the minis here. Very impressed with this tire. Just add it to the list of great tire options that are out there. I really dig them. So I'll circle back with you guys on the bench and give you my final thoughts in a minute. So I had high expectations for these comp pin tires, and I think they met or exceeded my expectations, especially on the indoor course. These could be some of the best performing tires I've ever had on the indoor course. Outside on the rocks, they did extremely well also. They really favor that smooth, slippery surface. The way these tires are designed, you get a big footprint here, lots of contact patch. They do a great job on those slippery surfaces. It's crazy that a tire with just such a real simple tread design can do so well. These got great grip and conformity, but they didn't roll over on themselves like I was expecting. Decent side hill support out of these. Like most of these big tires, you can certainly benefit from a 3D printed insert or some sort of insert upgrade to replace the foam entirely. But right out of the bag, I think these performed really well. So many great tires available for the mini crawlers now. The market is just so deep with great options, and this is just yet another great example of a big aggressive tire. So if you're looking for a big aggressive comp style tire and you've got the room to clear these 72mm tires on your mini, I think these are definitely worth considering. But let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of the big comp pin tires? I'll put the link in the description if you want to pick some of these up for yourself. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.